All right, guys. So, welcome everybody. I don't know if that music is too loud. This is going to be a very different stream because I can't really I've had requests for a guide like this, but you can't really do it in like a video, you know? So like a live stream that people can come back to, I think is the best thing. What the heck? And you know, the stream will be up so people will be able to reference this. But basically, gonna be showing you guys how to make a mod list. We'll use Skyrim as an example from scratch. Anyway, how's it going? Toto, Anamorphic, Bumble, Shazda, Thomas, Babylight, Block, Bartek, J-Man, Rest of Us, Zachariah, Brandon, Leah, WTB, Red 360, Nemesis, EXP, Fabi, everyone else. Is it going to be beginner level? No, well, yeah, it'll be pretty beginner level because I'm going to show you like all the steps. Yo, what's good, Jack? And then like if there's ever a point where you know, I'm going too fast or something, you can tell me to slow down or explain something. But anyway, what are we going to call our mod list? That's the first step. What's up, Emperor? The very first step is calling our mod list something. What's the name of the list? Or should we have a theme in mind? What type of list should we make? It'll be a little one because it'll just be like, you know, the duration of the stream. Scratch. Scratch. Just scratch. The Elder Scrolls Reborn. I'm pretty sure there's like a list, something like that. Hey, Saccharin? I'm okay with scratch. All right, step 1 complete. Step 2, so I'm gonna actually grab the from the downloads here. I'm gonna grab a copy of Mod Organizer. So I don't ever use the if you're planning on making a Wabbajack list, you should actually use the archive version of Mod Organizer, and they usually have them on their GitHub. So if you go to github.com/modorganizer, you can find their releases. But anyway, we are going to use Mod Organizer 2 for the purpose of this list. So here's what I'm gonna do. There's when you guys make a Wabbajack list, every single thing that you include in the Wabbajack list, including Mod Organizer 2 itself, has to have a link to and the download itself. Because basically when Wabbajack does like the, you know, puts itself together and tries to figure out how you made the list, it'll go through every single file and make sure that every single file has a matching archive with the contents of it, right? And then it'll make sure that all of those archives have a link. Usually, you know, the link is from Nexus. But if it's a different website, then you have to have one of these, which is a meta file. And the meta files, they're pretty easy. So it's literally, I'll show you guys once we get into Mod Organizer itself. But anyway, for now what I'm gonna do is all of these files in the archived version of Mod Organizer 2. I'm gonna just drag and drop it into here. Hey Josh, why does Lorem not use 3BA? Because I don't want to use 3BA. Now here's the other thing. We're going to make a new folder already within here, which is going to be our downloads folder. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to put a copy of that mod organizer archive in the downloads folder. In the downloads folder. And then really, the other here's what else we're going to do. We're going to make another folder. The font is kind of small. I don't know if I can really, here, let me, I don't know if I can really make the font larger. I don't know if I can really make the font larger. I can, here's what I can do. I can just zoom in the display. Let me move this around. Okay. Hopefully, Control plus. That didn't really do anything. That should be easier to see though, right? If I just zoom it in like that. Hey, Lily? So anyway, here I'm gonna make another folder. So the only thing I've done so far is I just extracted Mod Organizer 2, right? All I did is extract Mod Organizer 2 and I made a downloads folder with the archive. I click desktop display settings, scale, and layout. Display settings. Oh my god, that like completely... It changes both of my screens though, if I do that. Oh wait, I can just do this. Oh my god, it's gonna mess with my like DPI. I would rather not mess with all this. Because it's gonna like throw me off completely. So anyway, I'll just keep it like this. What's the mod list gonna be about? Well, we'll see. So anyway, now we're gonna make a new folder called stock game. And so stock game, it's essentially whatever, like, so when you see a lot of lists that, you know, they have a stock game folder, what it's basically is straight up a copy of Skyrim. It's essentially just a copy of Skyrim, right? The one that I'll use to keep it simple, I'm going to use the same Skyrim as Lightly Charred. So we're not going to mess with the Anniversary Edition, except for the free content. So Survival Mode, Curios, Saints and Seducers, and Fishing, right? But anyway, if you want to make a stock game folder, like all you do is this. You copy and paste your Skyrim into the stock game folder. All right. So far, so good, right? Then before I do anything else, I'm going to get a mod called Root Builder. And this is a really good plugin for Mod Organizer 2 that lets you essentially, instead of messing with your stock game folder, it lets you like inject things into it before the game runs, right? So to install this, we just go to the plugin section of our mod here, and just drag and drop the file. You don't want to drag and drop the contents, just the folder itself should go directly into the plugins. Okay. Now, I can start up Mod Organizer 2. I'm gonna make a new instance. Go to next. And this will be a portable instance. Okay. Now I'm going to browse a file location. And I'm gonna choose the stock game folder. And I'm gonna go to Steam. Are you planning on including Dynalog, Nemesis, Patchers? How to include the results? I mean, I've done Dynalog guides and stuff. Those are pretty easy. I can show you how to do all that stuff. Now, I always choose profile-specific inis and save games. Otherwise, it like will send it to your like my documents and stuff. So yeah. Go to next. Select a folder where the data should be, and it'll default to the regular location. Next. And finish. So there you have it. Our mod list. Now we can go to root builder. We can go to tools, setting, or sorry, tools, plugins, root builder. And if you include grass cache, if you end up doing grass cache, you got to make sure to have an exclusion here. That's one thing that a lot of people forget. The no grass and objects thing will even tell you to, the website will tell you to add an exclusion, but that's where you would do it. And then hit build. We are good to go. This making a mod list from scratch is going to be a very long series. No, not necessarily, actually. But right now we don't have any mods. So I want to change the layout because this hurts my eyes. So I'll go to tools, settings. You can find themes on Nexus, but honestly, the 1809 dark mode is like, I think this is like the ideal theme. It just looks nice. That's so much simpler than people made it out to be. Yeah, it's really simple. Now, here's the thing. Again, all right? Again, every single thing we download has to have a meta file. Remember that. Remember that. So here, so the meta file is essentially, like, this is only relevant if you're making a Wabbajack list to share with people, right? If it's just your own personal list, you can ignore anything related to meta files. But if you end up making it a Wabbajack list in the future, you're gonna be shooting yourself in the foot for not doing this. So even though I got the root builder thing, right, and I put it inside the plugins folder, if I were to make this a Wabbajack list, the compilation would fail because this is my only download and this doesn't have a meta file. I'll show you what a meta file is. If I go to download now, so if you haven't done this already, you can go to Tools, Settings, Nexus, and you can associate with the download manager links. That way it'll download everything through Nexus, the same way you can download through Vortex. So I'll go to mod. Did I mess it up now? Here, let me... Did I like disassociate it? Okay, I think I accidentally disassociated it. Okay, so now I'm gonna download this through Nexus. That way it has a meta file. So now if I go to downloads, you can see here, root builder has two files. One is the archive, and the second is this file that is called a meta file, right? And the meta file will tell you all the information about the download. as long as you download it through Nexus. It'll say the URL, the description, yada, yada, yada. And now here's the thing. Anytime you get a meta file, you can right click, or anytime you get a download, you can right click it and you can go to open meta file. This installed equals, I'm just going to replace the false with true. That way, instead of Mod Organizer thinking I don't have it installed, now it thinks that I do have it installed, right? And this is how I keep track of what I actually have downloaded and recorded on Mod Organizer 2. And now, like, I don't need to look at this anymore, so I can go to hide installed. Now here's the thing. Mod Organizer over here, remember I downloaded it from technically GitHub. So if I go to open meta file, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have anything. If I go back to my lorem and I compare the meta file that I already had for this, you see, basically it doesn't even need this installed equals true, but you can add that just so it stops bothering you. But then the only thing you need to add, like if this is like if it's from GitHub or a different website, is direct URL equals and then the URL. That's it. That's it. And then I can save that. And now this is installed. You can ignore this exclamation mark. This just means that it's like 99% of the time, this just means that it's not from Nexus. So anyway, this now has a meta file. That means that if I were to compile this as a Wabbajack list, right? Wabbajack would tell people to go download Mod Organizer 2 from this link. And that way we are good to go. How does Wabbajack know where root builder goes? Wabbajack just knows everything. Wabbajack will look at exactly how you set up your mod list and it'll copy it. Like, Wabbajack does a really good job of copying everything. So anyway, now we should start with adding some other stuff. One of the first things that I'm gonna want to do, really before I do anything else, is clean my plugins. So I'm actually going to make a new mod. Call it create. I'll just call it cleaned plugins, right? And I'm going to open this empty mod. And I'm going to put in all of my, I'm going to copy all of these plugins. It just needs to be the plugins themselves. So I'll go into stock game data. So I want the, I don't need a resource pack really. Hey, Vito, thank you so much.
Hey Biggie, wanted to let you know you're my go-to guy for Modlist reviews and recommendations.
Hey Katasaki, hey, no problem.
Keep up the good work.
Technically Wabbajack is like magic. I know, Wabbajack is pretty much like magic. Why is Root Builder a game changer? Because it allows you to, Root Builder allows you to keep your stock game folder clean. And it makes it so much easier to manage stuff. Like, Root Builder is a reason why Lorem can have a bunch of different E and B presets. So I'm going to take these plugins. I'm going to copy and paste them over here.
Can you show us how you add the creation kit MO2?
Creation kit? Creation kit, all you do So if you were to add creation kit, you just download it, right? Like you normally would. And your stock game folder would just have creation kit in it. So if I were to use this one instead, like I could just drag and drop this in my stock game folder, and then you just go to edit here, and you just add a new executable. So like let's say I added all the creation kit stuff, right? I'll just go edit, add from file, creation kit, and then make sure to start it in stock game as well. That's all you do. Right? Force load libraries. You should pretty much always click this. Yeah, then that's just your creation kit. It's just creation kit's just another executable. But when you add creation kit, make sure to add all the extra stuff that comes with it. So like this, like all these, the big stuff and all these extra DLLs and the Lex stuff and whatnot, Papyrus compiler. What does force load libraries do exactly? I have no idea on a technical level. All I know is like any list I've ever seen just always does it. That's not a great answer, but I'm sure it has like a specific purpose. I'm sure it has a specific purpose. I like if enabled, the configured libraries will automatically be loaded when this executable is launched. Pretty sure it just like makes it load the files that it needs to load. You can always untick it and see what happens. Never understood how to load creation kit the right way. So one thing that you should do if you use creation kit is get creation kit platform extended. This will literally turn creation kit from like a nightmare to like an actual usable tool. This makes it so much easier to use. Default creation kit is so hideous and garbage and a crash fest. So if you use creation kit, I definitely recommend getting platform extended. So anyway, let's get SSE edit. So again, here I have like a meta file already set up for Lorem, and this actually looks like it's from Nexus itself. So if I wanted, actually, SSE edit. Yeah, it looks like Nexus does have the more up-to-date version. So here's a yeah, it's way faster. Here is another trick, guys. So you always, like I said, whenever you're making this, if you want it to be a Wabbajack list, you always want to have a meta file, right? So sometimes you'll get these files on Nexus that don't have a download link or mod organizer. What you do is you right click this and open link in new tab, and then up top, sorry if you guys can't see, here. Up top in your URL, just add and nmm equals 1, and then start download. And look, it downloads through mod organizer. I think that's so nifty. And then I can go open meta file, installed, true, save. And then according to this, it's installed. That way, if I compile this as a Wabbajack, I don't have to deal with anything. It won't spit errors at me. So anyway, SSE edit. Yeah, it's a pretty cool trick. So I'm going to make a new folder here called tools. And I'll just drag and drop SSE edit into here. Because now let me refresh mod organizer as well. So here is what I'm gonna do. I want to add a argument for SSE edit. So the binary is, oh god, this one kind of sucks. So let me add from file, scratch tools, SSE edit. And the argument is gonna be, I mentioned this in one of my videos, but you can see also if you have lorem or ngvo installed, but it's -d colon space, and then the stock game data folder space hyphen I know what I'm doing space hyphen sudo ESL. I'm gonna force load libraries. And the other thing I can do is I can create files in a mod instead of overwrite. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna create a new empty mod and I'm gonna call it scratch xEdit output. That way, instead of putting a bunch of garbage in the overwrite folder, it'll put a bunch of garbage in here. So now I have SSE edit. Then I'm going to make another one. Add from file. Quick auto clean. And the argument is going to be -d the data folder again, space, quick auto clean. Actually, I mean, I'll see in a second, but I think the binary might actually have to be the regular thing. The, whatchamacallit? SSE edit itself. Let me try loading it up. See if it yells at me. No, I think I'm good. Okay. I'm a light mode user. Yeah, that's true. So now quick auto clean, you have to do one at a time. And so what cleaning a plugin is essentially you have to, it goes through and makes sure nothing is a deleted reference and nothing is what's called an identical to master, which is essentially like a duplicate record, kind of. It's like if I'm over here saying Lydia is cool, and then this other plugin comes along and says Lydia is cool. This thing is basically like, all right, we don't need two people telling you that Lydia is cool. Coding lessons? No, this isn't coding lessons. What's a reference? Yeah. A reference is basically like, every plugin is basically like a big Excel spreadsheet, right? So just imagine like a big Excel spreadsheet and it just has like a bunch of data. Like each little data line is a reference. But trust me, this ain't coding. There's a MO plugin that will run auto clean automatically. Well, you don't necessarily want to clean every single plugin you get. Really, the consensus is the only plugins you should clean are your base game plugins and things that you know you have to clean. Do you know Papyrus scripting? No. I really don't know Papyrus scripting. Sometimes there's two mods that overwrite the same vanilla script. And you can't do conflict management in xEdit. So if there's if there's a mod that the same vanilla script is being overwritten, if you don't know Papyrus scripting, you have to look for a patch. Sometimes sometimes the mods use the same like library though. Like a bunch of those FISS mods use the exact same script, and so they don't technically actually overwrite each other. And there's some other mods kind of like that. But yeah, like anytime you see something like that, you should check to make sure it's not like okay, there we go. It's finished. I think it actually auto-saves. Actually, I don't need the base Skyrim plugin in here. The base Skyrim plugin doesn't get cleaned. So I did an update. And you just go through the line. Dawnguard. Hey, appreciate you, Nico. But yeah, scripts being overwritten is like a good sign that you need to either yeet a mod or find a patch. Out of Java, Python, PHP, and Papyrus. Papyrus is the worst you've used. Sounds about right. Chesko's wearable lantern is a good example of how a mod author included old Papyrus util scripts must be overwritten by new ones. Yeah, sometimes there's just old versions. If I have full AE, yeah, you have to clean all of the AE ones. It sucks, but you gotta do it. And trust me, AE has a lot of really bad. I don't know, they say the Creation Club stuff has to be like not dependent on anything, but the problem with Creation Club stuff is there's so many deleted references in some of those. Like it's pretty bad. Like a non-cleaned anniversary edition can cause a bunch of issues. Think Skyrim will get a new update? Maybe. But hey, speaking of new updates, if you do use stock game folder like I'm using here, you don't have to worry about new updates. Your mod list will be future-proof, meaning the only person that can break it is you. But those the updates can't touch it. I'm probably going to get rid of the resource pack. I don't need that at all. There's only like a few mods that even use the resource pack. I think like LOTD, maybe like something else. So I'm actually going to remove the resource pack from this, save space, push that. So anyway, I have my cleaned plugins here. Very nice. Looks like Curios didn't get affected, so that's the only one of these that didn't need cleaning. Is it easy to make a follower level with you instead of having a set level? Yeah, that's pretty easy. That is actually pretty easy. All you need to do is go into the record. So here, I'll show you guys what I mean by record. Let me just load all these things in. Very cool. Thank you, xEdit. Oh, xEdit is not wanting to cooperate with me. What did I do? Let me just try loading these. What the hell? I'll show you later. I don't know why. Let me make sure I didn't mess something up. So tools, SKSE, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Let me just compare this to like NGVO, because I might have made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. Oh, maybe it's... I know why. I think I know why, at least. I think the reason is because tools... Because in the optional, there's actually the 64-bit version of SKSE. So I'm actually going to, instead of using the regular one, I'm going to use the 64-bit. That's my only guess. It's because the 32-bit sucks. Can you add the mod ESLA? Yeah, might be able to. Okay, well now it's building references, so. Can you show how to load creation kit with mods? In a different stream I can, but that's kind of outside the scope of this. See, look, now it loaded. So yeah, the SKSE in the optionals, it'll have a 64-bit version. So just use that instead. Don't use the crappy 32-bit. The one that doesn't say anything is 32-bit. But anyway, if you want to talk about like an NPC, so if you go to like any NPC, right? Whether it's a mod, like here's what I mean by xEdit is just a one gigantic Excel spreadsheet, right? So if I go to Skyrim, right? Just the base game, I can see all these things here. Look at all these things. Book, that's all your books. All your notes, all your spell tomes, everything is in the books category. And it'll even have the descriptions. Look, biography of Baranzaya. It'll say it right there. Let me move this a little bit. See, look, the book category, biography of Baranzaya. I can edit anything here. Armor, I can change armor ratings. I can do all that stuff. Here, it might be easier to, I'm gonna fit this to screen. And then I'm gonna make this font just a little bit bigger. This font I can, theme settings, UI settings. I'll make all the font size like 12. So that should be easier to see. What's the difference between armor and armor add-on? Armor add-on is basically the model. Armor add-on, for the most part, that's the model itself. Whereas armor is like the armor record. And you see every single armor will have a linked armor add-on. And this armor add-on tells you like, it tells you which races can wear the armor. it'll tell you where to locate the model. So you look, male model, it'll say armor, imperial, M, curious, heavy, _1.nif. It'll tell you where the female model is. It'll tell you where the first person model is for male and female. It'll tell you whether or not the weight sliders are enabled. And this also goes hand in hand with the mesh itself. There's like Elder Scrolls or Bethesda stuff is kind of weird where like meshes themselves, and maybe this is normal of modding, I don't know, but meshes themselves have like a lot of data in the mesh as well. So a lot of times when you change some of this stuff in the mesh, the armor add-on section, you also have to change it in the mesh using a tool like nifscope. But anyway, the armor section though, this will tell you like your armor rating, the value, you know, how much it's worth, the weight. It'll have the keywords and stuff like that. But anyway, if you want to talk about NPCs, if you want any NPC to level with you or de-level with you, most NPCs in the base game actually do level with you. And here's an example of one that does. Jari here, right? Jari starts at a minimum level of 4, maximum level of 50, with a level multiplier of 1, which means that the lowest possible level Jari can be is 4. The highest possible level can be is 50. And then the level multiplier means whatever level your character is, it'll multiply it by this number and then calculate the level of Jari. But it can never be lower than this or higher than this. So if you're level 2, Jari will be level 4. If you're level 10, Jari will be level 10. If you're level 60, Jari will be level 50. And any NPC, if you want to change something like that, like you want to make a follower keep leveling with you, you can take this record. This is a record, right? This is what I mean by when I say record. Is well, technically all of these things are records, all of these individual things. But this also in and of itself is like a record. I'm gonna right click Jari, copy as override into, and I'll make a new ESP flagged as ESL. And I'll do Jari, I'll call it Jari Big. And then I'll make it so Jari can get up to level 100. And I can even do like level multiplier 1.5. Why some NPCs are higher level but have lower stats? Well, that's because, so all the answers are in these records here. So the answers will no matter what be here. You can see here stuff like magic offset, stamina offset, health offset. You can scroll down as well with, well, I can't with Jari, but, or actually, yeah, I can. Here, health, magicka, stamina. So all of these also factor in. And some NPCs even have a template. So it'll use the stats of a different NPC altogether. I don't know if I can just find one right off the bat that uses a template. A lot of like bandits do. So if I go to like a bandit, you see this bandit here, this red guard female bandit, it uses the template. So it'll pull the stats from this bandit highwayman, and I can control click to go to this. And you can see this actually uses a different template, so I can go to that. And then, so this is gonna be what it's using. You see how this has a negative 25 health offset? That means that if it does like, once it like calculates what level this bandit is and everything like that, it'll always like subtract minus 25 health. It'll always subtract minus 25 magicka. So if I want this bandit to be stronger, let's say I copy it in here, I could give it like 100 health and a magicka offset or something, you know? So anyway, but this is all unrelated to like what I'm trying to accomplish here. But yeah, anytime you want to make an NPC stronger or weaker, you can do it through just modifying the records. And like I said, xEdit, SSE edit, Fallout 4 edit, you know, Test 4 edit, they're all just big Excel spreadsheets. It's nothing more than that. So anyway, let's add SKSE. Hey Cam, I appreciate you. I am. How are you doing? So let me add SKSE through Root Builder. So I'm gonna download this. Now, here is the tricky thing. I'm gonna create a new mod. I'll call it SKSE. Let me reveal this. Let me open this empty mod. Okay, so how Root Builder works, in essence, is anything that you would normally put directly into your Skyrim folder, like how SKSE has. For those who remember, you know, adding their own SKSE, and it'll even say here, you know, put it where your Skyrim exe is located. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna do new and create a folder called root. I'm gonna create a folder called root. And so these files right here are the ones that go into the root folder. The SKSE, all of this stuff, that goes into the root folder. Outside of the root folder, I can put the data stuff. Not the data folder itself, but the stuff contained in the data folder. So if you want to make it easier on yourself, you could also do it as like 2 separate mods. But essentially, you know, your loose files, your scripts, textures, meshes, things like that can go outside of the root folder. But the root folder is the stuff that normally you would put directly in your Skyrim install or in your stock game folder. And technically, like, you could, if you wanted to, put this in the stock game folder instead. But if we want to keep the stock game folder as clean and light as possible, I'm just going to do it this way. Hey, no problem, Radiant. Lightly charred on Wabbajack? Yeah, but you get the Wabbajack installer through Discord. So now I'm going to refresh and activate this. And then I will make a new executable add from file, mods, SKSE, root, force load libraries. So I should now just be able to, I'm just going to call it Scratch. I should be able to run it now. Crap, I spilled a little bit of what should I call it? But see, the game is running, and it's running with it kind of sucks because I don't have like display tweaks or anything yet, so it's good. It sucks. God, vanilla Skyrim just sucks so much. Vanilla Skyrim just sucks so much. No, we're not going to see vanilla. Would putting a data in a root folder still work? No. I don't think that would work. I mean, technically you could do it in like root/data. Have like a vanilla main menu. Here, 1 second, guys. I want to start organizing stuff though before this gets messy. Let's make our life easier. So I'm gonna do all mods create separate above, and I'm gonna call this base files. And then I'm gonna do another separator. I'm gonna call this clean plugins and SKSE. If I can hide that. Actually, I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put the clean plugins there. And I'm gonna call this SKSE and core mods. Let's add display tweaks. So this, always whenever you're downloading something, you want to make sure you get the Nexus requirements. So address libraries for SKSE plugins. This doesn't have any other requirements. Our game version is 1.6.1170, so I will get that. I don't want to auto map stuff. So let me do that. Then I can add display tweaks. Oh, by the way, yeah, whenever you download stuff, you can actually, instead of just double clicking it, you can just drag and drop wherever you want it to go. Look at that. Look, we got SKSE, we got display tweaks. About engine fixes. Thank you. I don't think it's much. Thank you. All right, so engine fixes. A lot of things that people mess up on with engine fixes is that it actually comes in two parts. So, and this also trips people out the way that it's organized here. You got to make sure you're getting the right version. So you got to get this preloader part 2, and you also got to get this part. So let me do that. And again, we're gonna, instead of manually downloading, I'm gonna do the and mmm equals 1 trick. Download that right there. Who's that? You got a wife? Yeah, that's my wife. Oh, also the meta file for a script extender. Just whenever you install stuff, you can flag it as true. And then as I go along, I'm gonna hide installed, because look, it just makes it so much cleaner. It makes it so much cleaner. NGVO, everything is set up for you. All of this stuff is already done. Okay, so engine fixes. So part one is installs as you would expect as a SKSE plugin. Here's the thing. Part 2, right? This is the stuff that normally, these files right here, normally we would put into our stock game folder or directly into our Skyrim install. So again, we're gonna pull a sneaky. Instead of going into here and doing this and that, I'm gonna right click, create directory, and call it root. And then I'm gonna take all these files and put them in root, right? I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna ignore this, I don't care what they think. Because anything that goes into root is stuff that normally you would put directly into your stock game folder. So now I'm gonna merge it. I'm gonna merge it so that everything display engine fixes related is in here. Look at that. Got this, and we got the root stuff. Now I can refresh this. if I wanted to, with the display tweaks, I know they have like a config already set up, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a new empty mod, call it scratch MCM and ini settings. Remember how like I do for lorem and how I do for whatchamacallit, NGVO? I'm just gonna take whatever any settings I already had. SKSE plugins, SKSE. Because why reinvent the wheel? So I'm just gonna take my display tweaks config from lorem, copy it over. I'm gonna take my engine fixes config from lorem, copy it over. That way I don't have to mess with any of that. Then I'll just refresh this. And now you can see that this is a cool little mod organizer tip. These lightning bolts will tell you whenever something's being overwritten. So right now I have this being overwritten, these ini files being overwritten. That's what I want. Please show us how to compile a list at the end of the stream. Sure. Okay, now I'm going to, another thing I want to copy over, right? Another thing I want to copy over is your, you could use beth-ini instead, but in your profiles folder, you're going to have your Skyrim ini files. So I actually just want the same ones that lorem has from the Ultra profile, because these are already optimized and stuff. So I'm gonna copy Skyrim, Skyrim custom, Skyrim prefs over there. Like I said, if you want, you can do a beth-ini instead. This is strictly a tutorial making a list for us. I mean, if you guys want the list, it's gonna be a small list. So now let's see where we're at. Look how much faster that loaded. Isn't that crazy? Oh god, I'm pretty sure I have a... Oh yeah, my controller is plugged in. That's why it's all wonky. So here. What is it called? Auto input switch. Because Skyrim sucks. Let's install auto input switch. That's why I wasn't able to that's why I wasn't able to do anything. Is because I was forced to use my keyboard because Skyrim is just horrible. I'm gonna make another separator called outputs. That way I can have my outputs here. And I can make another new separator called new mods. You want to stay organized. Bulk momentum. We'll see. Okay, let's see if auto input switch works now. Now I should be able to like... Look at that, I can use WASD now. Hey! And look, it knows that I'm not on my controller. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Let's get the unofficial patch going. So I'm going to make a new separator called unofficial patches. Wow, basic feature revealed, but there's I know, right? I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to do that. And whenever there's no nothing popping up over here under conflict, you know that none of the loose files are having any sort of conflict at all. So these exclamation marks you definitely want to keep track of. You'd always want to keep track of these. Anyway, unofficial patch can go there. Let's also get the cleaned Skyrim SE textures. So Skyrim has a lot of textures that are just really bad, weird formats and everything like that. So this is a pretty essential mod. So just gonna download this. Now here's the cool thing about this. Does this really do anything if you mod every texture anyway? You should always do this. Yeah. I promise you're never gonna mod every texture. So Lorem, there's about 30,000 textures in Skyrim, and Lorem has only, quote unquote, only modded 10,000 of them, I think. There's a third of them. There's so many textures in Skyrim. Most of them are like random crap though. What's up, Tyler? Saving it as a reference? Hell yeah. I'm hoping a lot of people will come back to this stream, because this will be like very useful information. And it'll show you like pretty good modding practice as well. Because we'll take a look at other stuff. And I started this stream early, so it's gonna be a longer stream. And this is apparently an update 2.3.3. Oh, actually, I don't think I need this because this is updated. This is after this, so I think I don't need this snow patch. Does Skyrim even handle every texture being changed? Yeah. It depends on what you're changing, though. I'm gonna rename this base and cleaned files. So I'm gonna copy this over, clean Skyrim SE textures. Thinking about falling asleep today? I'm chilling. Gonna activate that. Cookie to whoever notices something about this. Do you guys notice anything here? Do you unpack BSA when MO2 asks? If you're new to modding, you should probably not unpack BSAs. If you're experienced, then you can. So here, look at this. Skyrim texture 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at our data folder. Skyrim textures 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are the exact same files, just cleaned versions. So I actually don't need these from my stock game folder anymore. Otherwise, I'm just wasting extra 7 gigabytes or whatever of space. So I can actually get rid of these completely. Bam, from my stock game folder. Because they're already cleaned here. Chilling. Pretty nifty, right? This is Creation Club clean stuff. I don't think it, I think this is actually, this might be all Creation Club. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. I'm just gonna do the base game. It's free real estate. Exactly. If you have the mods downloaded locally, do you drag and drop from Explorer? You can, or you can install new mod from archive up here. I recommend keeping everything in your downloads folder. Did anyone modded Todd into Skyrim? I'm sure someone might have. There's also the unofficial high definition audio project. And this will, this is another good mod. It makes the base game audio files a lot better quality, so they're not choppy. These are kind of, to me, must-haves. And I would just separate the names so you know what you're doing. Unless you merge. So whenever you're downloading multiple files from one mod page, make sure you're not like accidentally replacing it each time. I would avoid using the merge feature unless it's like a really old mod that's not going to get updated ever again. Shadow plus plus. This? What do you mean shadow boost? So these I'm gonna call different things. Voices EN part 1, music HQ, and voices EN part 2. Skyrim BSA Unpacker MO2. You guys asked about BSAs. So here's another good plugin is the BSA extractor for Mod Organizer 2. Again, I'm going to do the and NMM equals 1 trick. And then anytime you add a new plugin for Mod Organizer 2, you want to restart Mod Organizer 2. Oops. Is this for an old version or something? Or maybe I should have accidentally... Here. How does it install? Some of these installed directly like this. If that's one of them. God damn it. Plugins. Roxy.deal. How does this one install? BSA extractor for the Mod Organizer 2. I thought that was it. It's for older version? Which one did I have then? Because I have BSA. I actually don't know which version of BSA Unpacker I have for this then. That's fine. I don't really care about it too much. What plugin I really like is NIF Preview. This one is really nice because this lets you see meshes essentially. Plugins. Yeah, I think this one just goes in like that. Okay, so that one's good. I don't know what's the deal with BSA extractor. Tool settings. You have BSA Packer. Can't live without NIF Preview. Yeah, NIF Preview is... I think it's like probably the best one. Because let me see, like, this mod, it literally lets you like just look at a mesh. It's crazy. So if I were to install like a mesh mod, like you can see the actual mesh. That's crazy. Conflict deleter, I would not use conflict deleter. Yeah, knowing how many verts something has is amazing. I would highly advise against conflict deleter. That's technically a fast way to save space, Turtle, but conflict deleter will literally... The problem with it is if you delete something, like a texture that something relies on, and then you end up removing a mod, a lot of times you'll go in and you'll find purple textures. And then you're just going to find yourself reinstalling stuff. The better way to do it, in my opinion, is to do it manually. And how I do it, this way you can keep track of what you do, is go to like anything that's losing on conflict or whatever, and just hide it, and it'll flag it as a MO hidden mod. And then after your modding session, you can just search in your mods folder for MO hidden, and then just delete anything that's MO hidden. That's how I do it, because if I know exactly what I'm deleting, then I'll have a better memory of like, if I run into issues, what to go back to. You can use conflict deleter if you want. I just don't recommend it. You need to do that often? Depends. Catch you later, rest of us. Oh yeah, for those, by the way, this short intermission here. For those who don't know, Rovan is a brand new bungalow mod list. So I'm gonna play this soon. But we got another brand new list. This is also an NGVO fork, and it's pretty sick. It's like an ordinator mod list, but it's like NIRIM Simon Rim mix. So it'll be sick to see it develop. So definitely check that out if you're looking for a new MCO list to play. Already added it, hell yeah. All right, let's start adding some mods. Let's do Skyland. Skyland all-in-one is a good little baseline. Should we make this like a lighter list to run? I feel like I've been doing a lot of like lists that are hard to run lately. Should we make this like a vanilla plus sort of list? Yeah, the unofficial modders patch. Also I think the unofficial creation club official. It always goes to the patch emporium. I don't know why the unofficial modders patch itself, like... Unofficial modders patch, though, is one of my favorite mods. So, create separator above, visuals core. Skyline versus 22X's base. ¿Por qué no los dos? They do different things. I mean, in all honesty, you can use both. So, like, Skyrim 22x, the main reason people use it is to get parallax meshes. Whereas Skyland, the main reason people use it is to like cover as much stuff as possible. Yeah, let's add some Skyland in there. This portable, I mean, if you reinstall Windows, you can just copy paste it back. Portable is like a self-contained mod list, whereas a global, you can only have one global instance on your computer. I would always recommend choosing portable, always. All right, install landscapes, sure. Add blended roads, sure. Blended roads, SMIM patch, oh yeah, SMIM. Grab SMIM. And that's another thing too. Whenever you install mods, if you have like patches for those mods, I'm gonna do snowy roads. Mountains. I can just do gray, whatever for now. All the cities. Towns. For the brown. Nordic ruins, yes, 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 yes. Add road sign lanterns, no. Replace load sign, sure. Road sign add-ons, none of that. I mean, technically you can add whatever. It's not gonna hurt it. Watercolor, no thanks. Skyland Knights, sure. Install Dawn Guard, sure. Dragonborn, let's install all that. Skyland 22x tomatoes, reasonable combo. Yeah, you can. I mean, whatever loads last wins. Keep that in mind. Adding MCO to this? I don't plan on it. Let me add SMIM. I'm gonna do everything. So here is what I mean. Look at these conflicts here. We're already starting to get some conflicts. So static mesh improvement mod is losing to Skyland. And the cool thing about Mod Organizer 2 is you can see exactly what the conflicts are. So do I want static mesh improvement dirt or do I want Skyland dirt? I probably want Skyland dirt. It's probably going to be a little bit better quality than static mesh improvement mod. You can see here even, you can see the texture size difference. You can see what the actual thing looks like. And because we got NIF viewer, if there's a mesh, we can actually compare the meshes. Look at that. Look how much nicer the Skyland one looks compared to the SMIM one. SMIM one looks like it's made out of Play-Doh. Skyland one looks like a nice full gold ingot. You can even see the bridges. Yeah, you can see exactly what the differences are. That way, you don't have to double guess yourself whether or not something is should win or not. At least like the loose files. The trickier thing comes to plugins. Now, one thing you can do is add the plugin manager to help out a little bit with your plugin conflicts. Now, it won't save you 100% of the time. But check this out. Now I can see the same thing going on here in plugins. Now keep in mind, like, this is... Plugins are so much trickier when it comes to what is a conflict or not. And you can click ignore conflict with masters to make it a little bit easier to manage on yourself. But like, you know, a lot of this is like really stupid conflicts that don't matter at all. And you won't know exactly what you should be worried about until you hop into xEdit. But that's a whole separate thing. For now we're just gonna keep it simple. But just keep in mind, if you get the plugin manager, it'll show you same thing how it shows these conflicts on the left side, it'll show you conflicts on the right side. Hey Bob, I'm glad you find it useful. Okay, so we got Skyland, we got static mesh improvement mod. What else should we get? How about the static mesh improvement mod? Or the static mesh improvement quality add-on? Because these are also good to have. So the quality add-on is, it's an add-on for SMIM, so we can have it load right after SMIM. It just improves things a little bit more. Look, the only conflict it has is with SMIM, so we're chilling. It just improves stuff a little bit. Log piles, things like that. How do you make it so E&B presets can be installed as a plugin? It's the same way you do with the other stuff that I made install through Root Builder. It's just a root builder thing. So you just have an empty mod, you call it root. Only way can it be done mid-build? Yeah, you can do it anytime. Anytime. Just, if you have root builder, right? The root builder plugin, then anything that goes in a root folder, it's like the same thing as if you were to put it directly in your stock game folder or directly in your Steam folder. That's why it's super nice. I'll get the static mesh improvement mod. Alternate Wemmer post, sure. And there's a patch for the SMIM quality add-on, which I do have. I don't have these mods yet. But here's the thing. This had a faux mod that we might want to rerun. So I'm going to add a note here called faux mod. So that way, I will know. What is this? Oh, it's just files my overwrite. So again, it's only conflicting with those things. We are still chilling. How to mess with cells in Creation Kit? Yeah, but like not this stream. This stream has nothing to do with Creation Kit. This is just making a mod list. The more I watch this, the more I wonder why I use Vortex. Vortex sucks. You have so much more control in Mod Organizer too. Menu replacer? Which menu replacer you want? You want the new one, Answers, a complete main menu replacer. It has Booba. I'm hoping it's safe for work. Hell yeah. All right. So always, whenever you install a mod, you gotta make sure to read the requirements. So this needs Sky UI mandatory, and Sky UI just needs SKSE. So I'm gonna make a new separator called user interface. That's Sky UI, bam. Untarnished UI does actually need Dear Diary Dark Mode. Gauntlets cursor replacer. I don't really want that. The lady, right? We choose a lady. Okay. I can just add that in. Let's give a quick little test run. Hey! Yo, what the heck? That's demonetization music. I'm getting baited. That's demonetization music right there. Can I just remove the music? All right, cool. All right. I like main menu redone. I think main menu redone is amazing. If I'm being honest, this is probably the best main menu replacer. It's super easy. You just install the prerequisites. So you need main menu randomizer. And then you need main menu redone. This is the one that I use in Lorem. Dramatic main menu. This one is cool. This one is still, to me, it goes the hardest. Just because every time you load it up, it's something different. Look at that. Now it's a Charis. I think you can technically add dramatic main menu with this. But the problem is, like, okay, so this one that I have, when it's the... Like, look, now when it's a Spriggan, it's leaves falling instead of smoke. See what I mean? When it's this, it's snow falling. When it's this, it's autumn leaves falling. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's still the best one. To me, it's still the best one. Like, you guys can... You guys can, you know, have whatever main menus you want, but... Should I add Edge UI to this? Okay, so Edge UI needs Sky HUD. I know a lot of people like Edge UI, so ESP package versus loose files, we'll do ESP. Preset. Sky HUD Oblivion. And so the cool thing You know that the thing that I installed, right? The plugin thing. Look how this has no. These two things have 0 conflicts on the plugin level. That means that these can go anywhere. They can go literally anywhere and have 0 issues. You can load them first, you can load them last. It doesn't matter where the plugins go. And this is just a patch, so I'm gonna merge. I'm just gonna merge that. Optional, mandatory race menu. Oh yeah, man, race menu. Race menu doesn't technically have any requirements. Good for me. I'm gonna add this in user interface because technically it is. Highly recommended, highly recommended, highly recommended. So compass navigation overhaul, which needs Infinity UI, which just needs address library. So grab Infinity UI. And then compass navigation overhaul just needs this. Oh. Better third-person selector. This one needs J containers and MCM helper. MCM helper just needs SkyUI and address libraries. This I'm gonna put as a core mod. BSA. If you ever get a chance between BSA and loose, if you don't know what you're doing, I would recommend always choosing BSA. And if you get a chance, if you get a choice between ESL or non-ESL, I would always recommend ESL as well. MCM helper. J containers has no requirements. You just got to make sure you get the right version for your Skyrim install. I'll put this as a core mod as well. I'm gonna hide stuff that I have installed. Now I can add better third-person selector, which is also like a user interface mod. And we're just zooming through, because look, there's no lightning bolts on any of these. On any of these user interface things, none of this has any conflicts with each other. None of these. So I am just breezing through. Cox. Should we add Cox? Why not? This just needs address libraries, SkyUI. So we will have some Cox. Or as inventory tweaks. This needs a few things. And the icon collective. Man, so many. These mods are the ones that suck to install, which have like a web of requirements. Okay, so you need keyword item distributor. You only need merge mapper if you're VR. Power of 3 tweaks. Okay. Let's get Power of 3 tweaks as a core mod. So now I can add keyword item distributor. Also as a core mod, 1.6 plus. Boobies needs inventory. I already have keyword item distributor. It needs I4. I4 just needs stuff that we already have. So let's add I4. Okay, we have I4. Now we can add boobies. Core files. Or I could just add the ones only for R's inventory tweaks, but I'll do core files. That's fine. Select mods to support. No. You could technically add any of these. Again, you can add it as a faux mod and rerun this at any time. So add notes, faux mod, rerun after adding new mods. Who named these? I think they're all like kind of a troll naming convention. I have MCM helper, object categorization framework. This needs formless manipulator and SPID keyword patch collection. Okay. Formless manipulator. I'll add that as a core mod. Keyword patch collection. You don't technically need to add this. SPID is a requirement. SPID, I recommend getting version 6.8.2. Every other version seems to have some weird issues. No matter what, I would get 6.8.2. Keyword patch collection. I mean, this just patches stuff. And this is another thing you can kind of rerun whenever you want. Home mod, rerun, adding mods. So anything you flag as a faux mod, anything you add a note to yourself as a faux mod, these are good to like go back to every now and then. And like when after you've added several mods, just go back to any of these faux mod things, because that'll tell you like, oh, I should go back and rerun this. Because otherwise, like, how are you gonna know, you know? I don't care about these flags. I just want to see the conflicts, version, priority, notes. I don't really care too much about the version either. Okay, did I ever add object categorization framework? I don't think I did. Object categorization framework. Full vegetables are vegetables. Gold. This is another thing. Faux mod. Campfire. White file weeks. Skyrim's got talent. Okay. Holy crap. Then I need to add this. Oh, Cox NG. NG mods are usually pretty good to add. Because it's like, they're version non-specific. The thumbnail speak. Somebody else took that screenshot for NGVO, so I'm like, that'd be a good one for this. Okay, so I got that. Finally add this. think I have all these things. Okay. All in one. Advanced item sorting. Sure. Your diary patch. This, I think Edge, does Edge need? Okay, it doesn't need that. Okay, let's do none. CC survival. I'll just do. Yeah, I'll do CC. I'll skip it. I'll skip all this for now. Default text. Okay. This was such a waste of time. This shows one of the main reasons why it's impossible to add just a few mods. Exactly. Exactly. Because holy crap. You add one mod, but then it requires like a million other mods. Let's add True HUD. Let's add more HUD. Along with more HUD inventory edition. More HUD AE. Do that. More HUD inventory edition. Get all of those. Lorcan, contract replacer. Detection meter, I could add that too. This needs, it doesn't technically need D menu actually. It's just for tweaking it. Oh, there's a AE support for detection meter. Okay. Detection meter AE support. Bam, bam. Okay. Static skill leveling rewritten. I'm not going to bother with that right now. I could add Sunhelm. I could add Sunhelm as the whatchamacallit mod. You just killed an enchanted sphere via console. Wow. How often do you open Skyrim to test things? Depends on what I'm doing. Let's add Edge UI. I have read stuff. Yep. Alternate loading screen. I don't even know what that means. That. Ooh, I do kind of. I want to add the experience mod though. Regardless of static skill leveling. Custom skills menu. You know what? Maybe we'll do custom skill. I'll skip for now. Quick loot. I'll skip that for now. Oh, true directional movement. True directional movement and smooth cam are kind of must-have things. Oh, this needs Nemesis. I'll deal with that later. I'll just rerun this when I need to. Bam. What alternate start mod should we get? Alternate perspective? I agree. Let's get alternate perspective. Need Fusrodo for silent voices. Which again is a core mod. I'll add that. And I already have J containers, so we're good there. Alternate perspective voice add-on. Oh, nice. So 4.0 version, I guess. So now I can start adding gameplay. Right, separator. Gameplay. Alternate start. Alternate perspective and the voiced add-on. Bam, bam. They only conflict with each other. All right, let's give this a whirl. We already have 49 mods. Not bad. Let's get into the games. No. Wow, edgy line. Look at that. We got Edge UI. We got a main menu thing. We got a hideous looking character. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But everything looks like it's working. Oh god, look at the game without like true directional movement and like smooth cam. Look, I can look this way and then press W and my character instantly turns. Guys, Skyrim is a great game. I don't know what you're talking about. Vanilla Skyrim, it's flawless. What kind of models we're going for? Not sure. Just messing around, really. Alright, so we obviously still have a lot of work. A lot of work ahead of us. But, hey, not every texture is awful. That's a good start. Thanks to Skyland. It is dark as hell, though. Did you guys do Elden Ring? I could see that. Survival mode? No. God, it's so vanilla looking. Look, it doesn't even have a... We don't even have classic sprinting redone yet. So I'm like not even holding my sprint button. Look at those vanilla plant textures. It's okay. We're gonna get it. We're gonna snowball, all right? We're gonna snowball. Should I go for like still a vanilla plus look? Because I can make it look nice, but vanilla plus E. Simplest roads? I could add simplest roads. But I want to first add like lighting, weather, stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do cathedral weathers. We do cathedral weathers. A lot of the cathedral mods in general probably dump in here. Let's do happy little trees and shrubs as well. Happy little trees. Skyland, happy little tree bark. Ooh. Happy little logs, happy little shrubs. Happy little trees, DLC trees. I actually like this mod a lot. Happy little trees, ivy on trees, which uses base object swapper. But we'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple, lightweight. So happy little trees. That apparently needs a patch. Or I could do fabled forests. Because fabled forests technically uses the same tree models as happy little trees. It's just denser. I'll do fabled forests. And my favorite bark replacer is actually Shish's HD remastered tree bark for happy little trees. This one is my favorite, all-time favorite. I'm not gonna go overboard with the textures, so we'll do 1K and keeping it light. So let's do create a separator, visuals, Flora. Let's do happy little or fabled forest. Do author's choice, performance, and I'll do alternate 2. I don't want 3D LODs. I do want autumn aspen leaves. No aspen trees outside the rift. Just because they look weird. Next. All that. I love when that happens. Okay, let's do the exact same thing I just did. 2. Bam. Next. Bro, come on, mod organizer. Stop trolling me. Okay. Bam. Why do you do this to me? Why don't you love me like I love you? Okay. I don't know why. Like, lately, mod organizer has just been trolling me. Vanilla proportions. Here, I'm just going to do default pine texture. I can't be bothered to keep clicking on stuff. There it goes. I only had to do the exact same thing 4 times. HD reworked bark. I like the version 2. Happy little trees. Aspens ablaze. Oh, well, I don't really have Aspens ablaze, so I don't need to. I'll do those. Version 2, new reach ash. There we go. Post them for sure while live on stream. Just add Ostem, why not? Okay. Happy little logs. We'll add those. Just because, look, I mean, they don't have these ugly branches, so those look way better, in my opinion. And they actually have less vertices, so they technically have better performance than those other ones. And then I can get the aspens pruned as well. Very nice. Okay. Then happy little shrubs. Pine and aspen. Unofficial Skyrim patch. Sure. Actually, I don't really care about these patches. Move collision. Yeah, why not? There we go. All right, now let's do another separator. Visuals, weather, and environment. Do cathedral weathers. Improve a spell. Some illusion spells can be improved. They have extra X. Okay, so this swaps vanilla trees. Okay. Let's add base object swapper. Again, as a core mod. And then this to replace DLC trees. Okay. What about lighting mod? What's that recent lighting mod that came out? It's not luminosity. But it was made by Jacopo. What was it called? Skyrim is luminous. Yeah. So this incorporates luminosity, which is kind of cool. I don't know if this does exterior lighting as well. We're gonna keep it simple. Let's do that. Somber. I'll just do the regular one for now. Super compatible. Yeah, as long as you load it last. Let's add a bunch of the cathedral crops, shall we? Ooh, maybe I kind of want to add Azurite Weathers instead of Azurite, whatchamacallit. Let's do Azurite Weathers too. Let's get rid of Cathedral Weathers. Let's add Azurite Weathers. Just because it's newer, cooler. It gives me a good reason to add Azurite Mists. Purplish skies. Yeah, it has a lot of like blue skies too. Okay, so cathedral stuff. I'm gonna skip cathedral grass for now. I'm just gonna add cathedral plants. Not pine grass, not flowers. Okay. Cathedral stone crop, tundra shrubs, pine shrubs. I guess we're just zooming through it now. Dark orange, sure. Sword ferns, nightshade, deathbell. I'm not gonna bother with the NB lights. Hogs up more resources. I like ENB lights. I'm gonna do a hybrid for this because the hybrid ones for the clovers are actually nicer. Like they're actually like significantly nicer. I'm gonna do XL lavender. This needs earth fire patch. Okay. So I'm gonna add this next to the flora. Stone crop, that. Look at that. Oops. Hide installed. Mountain flowers, hearth fire patch. Enable all of these. Enable selected. All right, look at that. How do you retain which mods need patches? So, okay, so general rule of thumb is don't just grab patches for stuff that you like aren't sure whether or not it needs patches. And as I was doing earlier, when I was running any mod that had a faux mod, I would keep a note that it might be one that I might want to rerun later. Because if it's like a mod that would interest me, like with the Skyrim Improvement mod, like later on I might add Real Rabbits HD and Dynamic Things Alternative. So like I would want to rerun this after I add those things. Okay. Let's add community shaders. Drag mods from downloads. Yep. You can do that. It's up right above. Visuals, community shaders. Auto parallax is a nice mod just to have, regardless. Like auto parallax, regardless of if you're using community shaders, not using community shaders, it's just something you get because it fixes a lot of parallax problems. I'll enable both of those. I can add dynamic cube maps. Oh, sky reflection fix. I'm not gonna go crazy on community shader stuff, but I'll add some of it. Light limit fix. It's probably the best reason to use community shaders. And candle glow for that. Grass collision, grass lighting. I just gotta do limbs profile as well. Subsurface scattering. Water. Stuff. Capture warmer. Water blending. Complex parallax materials. Like this doesn't it doesn't automatically get used if you're if you don't actually have complex parallax material stuff. TAA sharpen. That'll actually probably look a little bit nicer. God, Doodlium has so many mods, man. Jeez. Lights. Actually, let me remove this, and then I'm gonna merge this. God. Crazy. PA sharpen. That is a lot of mods. Up to 91. Up to 91. And there's still way more. I think I already added grass lighting and grass collision, so we're good there. Wait, menu redirected? I don't even know what that is. Rumble, I don't want rumble. Twilight is cool. Reshade helper is cool if you want that. NVIDIA reflex support is good to have. Shadow boost. Better combat escape. Some of these are like not even... community shader stuff. Target focus. Textual crosshair. Okay. This is a community shaders feature though. Add that. This is just a core mod. Oh, come on, please. Like crap. Twilight. It's not really a community shaders thing, but it might as well be. Mod organizer, I feel like sometimes it just doesn't want you to work as fast. RFX, vanilla HDR. Soft shadows. This is also not really a community shaders thing, but it might as well be. NVIDIA reflex support is a core mod. Shadow boost, also kind of a core mod. Better combat escape. I don't care about it that much. Here, let's see what we're looking like. And actually, because I don't want to load up and see disgusting characters again. So how about I also add visuals character. Offer me his name. Yeah, but it'll auto detect your card. Botox for Skyrim? No, but oh god, this is gonna be a here. I have to open this in a different window just because. What's a good I'm gonna do Reverie for females. And I'm gonna do Sky Sight for males. And then I'll also do these Eyes Nouveau. So let me do Reverie. Sleek. Sure. Youthful. Sure. Smooth. Sure. Do Vanilla Body. Sky Sight. Real Feet. Sure. Sure. Vanilla Age for males. Bam. Eyes Nouveau. Bam. Okay. Vanilla Hair remake. And I actually will do. I'll get faster HDT SMP. Vanilla Hair remake SMP NPCs. Oh god, faster HDT needs a lot of stuff, doesn't it? I do have J containers. I don't need the MCM. I don't need the MCM. I do need the skeleton though. Man, you know what? I don't feel like going through all this. Well, again, we'll keep it simple. I'll just do the non-SMP. And then I'll give Vanilla Hair, Salt and Wind. This should be good enough. Vanilla Hair Remake. Vanilla Hair Remake SMP. NPCs. And vanilla hair, salt and wind. Bam, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. All right, let's see how we're looking. Another mod list? Well, this isn't really like a mod list that I want to like make, you know? It's just showing the process, really. It's going to take a second just because the community shader's first time launching up. But my guess is this will look significantly better than whatever I loaded up earlier. Man, just the difference that like a lighting mod can do, it's like night and day. It like just having like any lighting mod at all is crazy. You look like death before, I know, right? Still, like I'm not going for like super high-end list. I want to change my sprint key though. Yes, Edge UI. Man, even the game just doesn't look like crap. Look at that. I will end up having to get like true directional movement. Look at the flowers, they're not the crappy ass flowers from before. I really want to add like tomatoes landscapes. Like, I really want to add tomatoes landscapes. Because these Skyland ones aren't doing it for me. If I'm being 100% honest, these Skyland ones are not doing it for me. They feel very vanilla-like, which some people like, but I, for one, not the biggest fan. Setting up the building blocks for one? Yeah, kind of. And just like kind of showing people like process. All right, let's add some more stuff. Now, recently, 22X had for sure added an all-in-one for his mods, which is really dope of him. And made it super easy to install because you can just get the 1K version or 2K, whatever you want. But I'm gonna get the 1K and the parallax meshes. And this will cover so much stuff. That's weird for him. It's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna override Skyland with this. Apparently for sure has snowberries. Something. It's interesting. What's the theme? We'll see. We will see. Bro, what? One thing though that's really getting on my nerves is frickin' mod organizer itself. This SRC extraction thing, I don't even know what that means or why it happens, but okay, there we go. Added that. And actually completely, so here's the thing. You see this lightning bolt here? This means that this mod is completely redundant. So Fusher's stuff is completely overriding it. There's absolutely no reason, unless like I really want the other one, there's no reason for me to have this mod at all. I can just remove it. I can just completely remove it. CRC extraction errors because of faulty RAM. My RAM better not be faulty. That'd be awkward. CRC extract error. I actually did a RAM test the other day. It had no errors, so I doubt it's faulty RAM. Okay, so I did that. What else do we need? Let's add rustic clothing. Just because it's a nice little all-in-one for clothes. I'll put this before the character visuals. Okay. That's losing male underwear from that, but everything else should be good. All right, let's add true directional movement as well as Nemesis and all of that. So we will need to install Nemesis. And Nemesis is honestly pretty easy. This is, again, like a core mod, so I'll add it up here. If the CRC thing will let me. What the hell, man? There we go. This is easy to add as an executable. You just add from a new file. You just go find the mod. Nemesis. Call it Nemesis force load libraries. And then I'm going to have an output as well. Okay, empty mod, scratch, Nemesis output. Okay. And then I'll force it to dump the overwrite stuff into there. That's all I got to do. And then true directional movement. I think I'm just working too fast and then mod organizer is struggling to keep up. I'm gonna delete that just in case. Okay. I'm gonna create a new separator, call it gameplay animations. Enable that. Oh, I don't want ducks and swans added by Fisher's thing. I'm just going to delete the plugin. There will be no ducks and swans in the game. All right. Let's... Oh my god, it deleted the thing. File. It's... Nemesis. Where's the libraries? Okay. Launch up Nemesis. The first time it'll give you errors, I'm sure. You want to update the engine. Error, a state info machine, a state, what? State machine info is not linked to the state machine. Sometimes you just hit update twice and it works. There we go. Okay. Nemesis. Don't run stuff unless you know what you're doing. But I want all the true directional movement stuff. That's pretty much all I'm gonna add for now. I'm just gonna update again. Wrong format. Yeah, I don't trust it. I'm just gonna hit update again. Cool. Then launch Nemesis behavior engine. All right. And it completed that. And now I should have stuff in my Nemesis output here. And I do. Just refresh Mod Organizer 2. Smooth Cam. Another essential mod. That. And I always like the Hellblade preset, so I'm going to add that. And I always forget which one of these I use, so I'm just going to add both. Smoothcam AE. Do it ESL. I'm going to merge these presets. There we go. All right. Let's launch back up. When do you update the engine? I always do. When before I run what the hell? Wait. Something didn't load correctly. Oh my god, bro. Here, I'm just gonna hide. So this is a good reason to hide the stupid stuff that you're not gonna use. I'm gonna put this up top. Because I launched the game without SKSE. I'm like, why is it so messed up? So you can hide any EXEs that you don't need to use. But anyway, anytime I run Nemesis, I update the engine, just in case. All right. Look at that. Instantly feels way better. We're modernizing. We're modernizing. Pandora. Until I see a compelling reason to use it, I'm not really using Pandora. How do you create a meta for Nemesis output? So any output that you make yourself, you can inline, right? Or alternatively, the other thing you can do is upload it to Nexus. So yeah, what's up, Bottle? So that's why, like, I have my like I have the Lorem page, right? And Lorem has like my grass cache, Dyndelod, body slide output and stuff. Because these are really like high file size things. But any other output that you make that's like a low file size, like your xEdit output or your Nemesis output, or maybe even you have a really light body slide output or something, you can just inline those. And the inlining thing means that you're including it as part of your Wabbajack file, right? So when you go to create a mod list, you do the no match to include. You do no match to include. So you see here I have like my dummy plugins and stuff, some of my merges, Nemesis output, synthesis output. So you can just include anything that you have created yourself. You know, just keep in mind, like, it'll bloat this file size, so you only want to inline stuff that's like, you know, in the megabytes range. Yeah, Bottle, just you know, casually making a new list. Okay, so whenever you make a list too, you don't really have to add anything until you notice something is missing or something is off. I'm actually going to turn off the music in game because your duplicate music is making me trip out. So I can already tell I don't have classic sprinting redone, which is annoying me. I can already tell that I don't have better jumping, which is also annoying me. These are, again, core mods. They don't have any plugins, which is cool. So I can just add those in. You have a theme, just wing it? Just kind of winging it for now. Let's add ERM. And I'm gonna do just regular yeah, I'll do the complex parallax. I don't know if this needs that. I don't think so. I'm gonna do tomatoes landscapes. And it's nice that tomato has 1K actually. And the blended roads. Okay. Blended roads. ERM. Oh, this also, he does need IC Mesh Remaster now. And I will also get Simplicity of Snow. Simplicity of Snow, Parallax Meshes. And I'll get Simplicity of C. Word wall transparency fix. Okay. It's a lot of stuff to add now. I'm not gonna mess with the experience mod right now. So visuals core, I'm gonna put tomatoes landscapes after Fisher's stuff. I'm gonna put blended roads before tomatoes landscapes. I'm gonna put simplicity of snow before tomatoes landscapes. Simplicity of snow parallax meshes after simplicity of snow, but before tomato stuff. Just because it looks like tomato. Yeah, I'll leave that as is. Okay. Water mod. I'll put that here next to the weather stuff. Include water tweaks. Just no flow map version. Word wall transparency fix. Okay, icy mesh remaster. Low poly consistency. ESL ESM flagged. Icy mesh remastered LODs. For vanilla, if you're not using simplicity of snow or you're using better dynamic snow, then you'll need this patch. Okay, I'm not using that. Optional no slush ice on ice meshes. Sure. Optional cracked glaciers. Sure. Partitioned snow to reduce flickering. Sure. Projected snow. No, I actually like the snow on it. Loading screen. Sure. On helm consistency. I'll do base object swapper. You mother. Really? After all of that, I swear, if it does it again. What is your Metal Gear games tier list? Oh god, do you really want to know? Because it's where people like people think I have hot takes when it comes to it. This CRC thing is actually annoying me. Let me restart this thing again. You only played Metal Gear Solid 5? Well, Metal Gear Solid 5, the reason why people think it's like I have hot takes is because I actually really, really like Metal Gear Solid 5 a lot. And a lot of diehard Metal Gear Solid fans hate it. And I just personally think it's one of the better ones. I personally think it's one of the better ones. Okay, so I added a bunch of crap. But here's the thing. I'm gonna mess with oh, this needs terrain parallax blending fix too. Okay. I got complex parallax materials in here, right? Yep. But I like Metal Gear Solid 5 might be my favorite one. Metal Gear Solid 3 is probably my second favorite. Metal Gear Solid 4 is my third favorite. Then I would honestly say Peace Walker. Peace Walker is underrated. Peace Walker is completely underrated. And then I would say 1 and then 2. Do you manually sort plugins? I always, yeah, manually sort. Definitely want to manually sort your plugins. All right, we're looking good. We are looking good. Now here's the thing. Because we have the plugin organizer thing, watch this. None of these plugins conflict with each other. I'm going to create a group, call it user interface. Look how much nicer our plugins look now. I'm actually going to put true directional movement in there as well. See, anything that doesn't have a little lightning bolt here actually has no real conflicts. This stuff, I'm going to group, call it master plugins. All right, we're looking nice. See how we're looking in game. Metal Gear Solid 2. I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is honestly, out of the main games, if you don't include spin-offs, and if you don't include Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2, I think Metal Gear Solid 2 is the worst in the series. It's good until it has the bait and switch with Raiden, and then you just play as him, and it's dumb. So that's my take. Look at that. We're looking nicer, right? We're looking a little bit nicer. I think Tomato's landscapes are actually really solid for... to me, they even look pretty close to vanilla. Now, our grass mod needs some work. Revengeance? I mean, Revengeance is also kind of like a spin-off. It's like... Revengeance is kind of like a weird action game type thing. It's alright. Revengeance was your first Metal Gear Solid game? I don't think Revengeance is technically even considered canon. I could be wrong, but I don't think it's technically considered canon. QWs? No, because I'm keeping this list pretty light. So I think I would add like Skoglendi or Verdant. Let's add Verdant. Or Vedosbram. Vedosbram. I think Vedosbram is like cool for whatchamacallit? Like a vanilla style grass mod. I'll do Vedosbram. Landscape fixes for grass mods. Just gonna put that next to environment. Landscape fixes for grass mods. This mod, you always want to load this pretty high up. It like conflicts with pretty much everything. There's not that much you want to load before it. Same with your tree mods in general. You want to load these pretty high up. Alternate perspective, I'm going to load this down. SMIM can go there. Frame issues with Vedosbram? The Soul Cairn, that's interesting. High quality, we'll do standard quality. Dense, dense. Install that. Vados Brom? I don't know. That's how I've always said it. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but that's how I've said it. Well, let's see how we're doing. 125 mods, look at that. In under 3 hours. Hey, look at that. I think it blends pretty nicely with the... Anytime you got like a vanilla style landscape mod. Because your landscape mod... You know what's throwing me off though? Edge UI. It does not match the rest of the theme. Edge UI does not match this list. Yeah, otherwise, I think this grass mod goes pretty well with the landscapes. For a nice vanilla plus look. Did I make it full on vanilla plus? I feel like some UI mods don't match Skyrim's feel in general. Yeah. That's fair. Maybe the list will grow into Edge. Vanilla plus would be sick. I mean, it'd be pretty easy to just throw some more mods together. I mean, like it's got the vanilla plus theme going, you know, and very light, you know. It doesn't look bad. I mean, this for community shaders, I feel like community shaders go really well with the Azurite. Out of all the weather mods, I honestly think community shaders pairs the best with Azurite weathers. It can do all right with like Cathedral, but Azurite is naturally bright, and Cathedral Weathers is naturally like a little, Community Shaders is naturally on like the slightly darker side. So they match well. Yeah, Nat is like impossible without ENB. The lighting is, you know, more vanilla style. They're designed with each other, man. I don't think so, because they're designed by different people. I appreciate you, Luke. In my opinion, with your NGVO, you have a cool opportunity to create a bunch of different forks. I shouldn't really, though. You know why, Ganja? Because Ghoulified Reality is out. Rovan is out. OCM is out. And there's more Modlist being developed with NGVO as a base. So I created NGVO specifically for other people to fork off of and make their own lists. And already we're starting to see some of those within the community. Yeah, I've tried the latest community shaders things. These creatures. I think we need some fluff works in here. I could also do like belly aches though. For a nice all-in-one. Just do Bellyache's choice. G. Nice and easy. Mari's Flora. Mari's Flora is a nice one for a good all-in-one base to load before cathedral stuff. Purple Death Bell, vanilla, new meshes. Right. Purple. There we go. Hard patch. Particle patch. Bro, this error though. If anyone figures out what the SRC error is, it's really annoying me. And like the restarting, I feel like it's just like the cache or whatever of mod organizer getting cluttered up. I could be wrong, but because restarting seems to fix it. Ruins clutter. Yeah, I could get ruins clutter improved. Or, well, I could get this. But I could also get rallies, all the things. There's a lot of really good, like, all-in-one mods. Ruins clutter. I'll have this load after, honestly, after Fusher's stuff. Again, you can look and see like with the meshes. You know, you can compare the burial urns. Honestly, Fusher's might be a little bit better. You can like compare these things. I'll keep it overriding Fusher's thing. See, the NIF viewer is just super handy. And then I'll have rallies, all the things, overriding that. I knew that was going to happen. Make it through the hurricane. Oh, hurricane like didn't even touch us. I apologize, goodness. Yeah, so one mod that's actually really rough on performance is the High Poly Project. That's one of those mods that you got to really pick and choose. No, I'm not using a hard drive. Solid state. So I'll have rallies, all the things, load after that. With like rallies, hand carts, and everything. It's pretty sick. All right, if you guys want Vanilla Plus, you guys want Valkyrie or Adamant? For perks, because those are really the two Vanilla Plus perks. You want Vanilla Plus Simon Rim or Vanilla Plus NRM? Valkyrie? Valkyrie. Adamant, Vocrei. I think most people prefer Vocrei. Okay. Vocrei it is. Tired of Adamant? Yeah. When you add Vocrei, though, you want to make sure to get the optimized scripts mod for Vocrei. This apparently requires paper. Paper. All right. Gameplay. My grass collisions from community shaders isn't working. It shows up community shaders, but it doesn't do its job. Any idea why? I'm not sure. I don't really use community shaders too often, but the only thing I can think of is make sure you're using E and B complex grass. Like, you can't use regular grass. You have to use E and B complex grass. So there's Vocrei. What are the other minimalist mods? Minimalistic. I know there's like yeah, Morningstar, Sacrilege, Evenstar, Trua. Just add all the minimalist NIRM stuff. Morningstar, Sacrilege, Sacrilege Fishing. This is... oh, true. It has purple textures. And then you got something else going on. What made you want to create Lorem? I don't know. Oh, I can add aptitude, which adds classes and races. I'm gonna do that instead of the Morningstar. Do like this aptitude mod. Now, Aljo, I think, released another mod close to this one. Yeah, the double-edged standing stones thing. I think that's cool. Stones of sacrifice. Instead of that. I will say, if I'm going for minimalist faith, though, I think Pilgrim is still better than whatever Trua is. I'll add Pilgrim. Oops, I don't know what the hell I just did. Pilgrim, perk overhauls, Adamant or Ordinator. I do no. Oh, Vocrei. Oh, there's Vocrei plus Mysticism. Okay. Okay. Vocrei plus Mysticism. And I know that Vokray had the mysticism patch, so I'll grab that. Mysticism, a magic overhaul. The mysticism, that patch. Is there minimalist werewolves? Is that a thing? Does NI Scion have minimalist werewolves? I think it does. Growl. But to be honest, Growl is like just the best werewolf mod, so probably gonna just add that anyway. Growl is as minimalist as I can think. Growl is definitely not minimalist. Minimalist is Man Beast. All right, let's activate things. All right, so again, you can kind of see here what's actually conflicting with what. And there's not a whole lot. I will move all of these above like my weather mods and stuff that I got going here, but after alternate perspective, most likely. I'll move them here. So Growl has some conflict, I guess, with Pilgrim. So let's see what Pilgrim conflicts with. It might just be like some random world space thing and not actually excuse me. And not actually matter. Okay, so I have overhauled let me create a group. Gameplay mods. I'll create a group here. Early loaders. Actually, to this stuff, and I'll load here. There we go. So I overhauled religion, werewolves, vampires, parks, classes. All right. Do prefer Growl, but Man Beast does some things that I like. Couple perks affect your human form too, but Growl does that too, Leah. What's up, Mr. Cow? Yeah, I've been chilling. How have you been? I can choose my thing. And look, I got some specializations. Look at that. I have perks. Hey. Not bad, right? Even got some cool icons for things. I should probably get retextures for this stuff too. Modlist speedrun, pretty much. Although, like, not gonna lie, the vanilla retextured armor with just dynamic cube maps added isn't like the worst. It's not that bad. all things considered. Smooth cam presets. Hell yeah. Now we got smooth cam. Which perks affect human move? Says Growl has like stamina and health regen in human form, movement speed in human form, and some other stuff in human form. Growl has like a whole perk side that affects human form. The best thing Growl does, though, is it allows you to actually loot and stuff while in werewolf form. So that is why Growl is just better, in my opinion. Everything else set aside. Your power's out because of the hurricane? Oh, luckily we didn't. Well, we lost like power for a little bit, but it came back pretty fast. So anyway, guys, there's this. This stuff can honestly go up here. Late loaders. Just get this all organized. Okay. Let's do some patching. I think that's pretty much all I'll add for mods. Just because I don't want this stream to, you know, go on forever. So I'll patch and then compile. And then I can share with you guys. All right, so easiest way to patch. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here. But if I'm gonna patch a bunch of mods at once, I can right click and apply filter to show conflicts. Sacrilege is a very good vampire overhaul, in my opinion. My main critique is you can kind of abuse the drain. But you can abuse the drain, like, in any vampire overhaul. That's just, you can abuse it in vanilla too. Just because vanilla is really bad when it comes to like cost per second spells. I wish there was an overhaul where it turned all of the cost per second spells into target spells. Like I know that Aljo did that with I don't know if he released it as like a separate mod. But like he made it so like flames, instead of being like per second thing, is like a very tiny little projectile. So something like that for the drain as well would be pretty good. I don't know if he released it as its own mod though. I love how Growl gives you werewolf look in mortal form. Does it? I don't remember that, to be honest. Tweaked fire breath. Charge concentration. Updates the casting time for concentration spells. They now take a moment to charge. You know, I should probably add a charge time for flames and stuff. Dodgeable concentration spells. Huh. Interesting. Thought there was a mod to change them. Anyway. Alright. Conflicts. A lot of conflicts are not actually conflicts. Or, like, they're conflicts, but you want those conflicts. So let's take a look from starting from the bottom. Most of these, so Skyrim is luminous, right? Whenever you manage conflicts, you gotta just think about what the mod actually is, right? So Skyrim is luminous is you're probably gonna want it to win most things. Because all of these cell records, it's just like the lighting type of the cell. And one thing you can do is right click and hide no conflict and empty rows. And this will show you pretty much just the info that you need to know. And then it's just a matter of reading. So here, there's just some fog. Dragonborn, the ESM wants 1.0 fog. Skyrim is luminous 1.9. All that Skyrim is luminous when. Here, though, you have the unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch. Wants a different type of acoustic space for Todd and Girder's house. So if I wanted to keep that, because all these other ones use the vanilla acoustic space, that's like what the audio is like. So what I can do is copy Skyrim is luminous. I'll make a new mod called Skyrim is luminous patches. And I can just drag and drop this acoustic space. Look, it's a green now. Here, same thing. Unofficial patch just wants to change its ownership. So I'll copy Skyrim as luminous records, and then I'll just move this ownership over. Look at that. Red Belly Mine. Anything that's like light colors, fog colors, stuff like that. Since Skyrim is luminous as a lighting mod, I'm just gonna let it win. This again, acoustic space. Acoustic space. A lot of these are probably not important. One thing you'll learn as you mod Skyrim is the unofficial patch makes a lot of changes that aren't actually that important. So, but anything that's like ownership, changes, acoustic space, I can copy all those over. Look at how nice and green they're turning. Some music records. A flag, a public area flag for Rift and Fishery. Rift and Fishery being a public area, that's probably right. More acoustic spaces. I don't want to copy fog records. Acoustic spaces. Now this is interesting. It actually, unofficial Skyrim patch and Modders patch actually remove the encounter zone from that. So I'll remove that and then it turns green. More ownership records. Acoustic space stuff, this and that. A lot of patching is just dragging stuff back and forth. Show sky, sure. All right, so that's all of the cell records patched. Image space. I don't have to patch anything there. Even though there's conflicts, I want Skyrim is Luminous to win all of those. Light records. I want Skyrim is Luminous to win those light records. World space stuff. For whatever reason, Skyrim is Luminous changes the water water flow. These are probably right, actually. Just copy those over. Because this is trying to revert back to vanilla. I actually trust these other ones. Anything that's like a location thing, you can usually copy over without any issue. Okay. Program cell data. Okay. Windhelm world looks good. That stuff I'm not gonna worry about. Location thing can get copied over. Yeah, the background music cycles. It's bits and hits. Oh, now it's Halo. But yeah, it's just lo-fi of various games. But if you ever wonder why you need, like, or if you're ever confused whether or not you should copy a record over, it's just read what it is. Most of the time, dragging stuff over, that's I'll skip that. What is this? Fishing? Interesting. Most of the time, copying stuff over is fine. I'm trying to find a good example of... See, like, this one is weird. Look, Azurite Mists. All of these have region records except for Azurite Mists. And I do want... I probably want the region records. So I'll do Azurite Mists patches. Okay, well, I'll add Azurite Mists as a master to that. Okay. Azurite Weathers. None of this has to be patched. Look, so it's just vanilla files. Skyrim and update.esm. Even though there's conflicts here, it doesn't matter what they are. It doesn't matter what they are. Region records. Again, I don't really care. Unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch is trying to add like some other crap, but we want Azurite to win all the weather stuff, so we don't care about it. Hey, Michael. Hey, thank you so much for the membership. Image space stuff, again, we want weather and lighting mods to win, not, I don't care about what the unofficial patch has to say. Spell mod, okay, so now we're on Growl. So we want Growl to win. See, look at what this type of stuff that unofficial patch does. This is literally, so it's such a useless change because just because of this it creates a conflict. Skyrim says your beast blood gives you 100% resistance to disease. For some reason, the unofficial patch thought it was necessary to rewrite that as your beast blood increases disease resistance by 100%. And Growl just changes it to be the beast blood grants immunity to disease. Whatever comes on the right side, whatever loads furthest to the right wins. So all of this stuff gets overwritten. The last records is the only one that matters. If I wanted the unofficial patches description, I could move that over, but I really don't. And then everything else is just overriding Dawn Guard. It's fine. These this unofficial patch thing, I don't really care about. Perk, again, just unofficial patch doing nonsense. More unofficial patch doing nonsense. I'm not going to care about it. More unofficial patch nonsense. Okay. Stones of Sacrifice. The unofficial patch is just trying to add its own descriptions. Again, we don't care. We don't care about that. Descriptions, I don't care. Because you want the descriptions of whatever your gameplay mods are. You don't want the descriptions of the unofficial patch. The unofficial patch is just assuming that you're only using vanilla. So that's why you don't do it. Okay, so here, look at this. So this is an example of why this patch is nice. We have Vokrii conflicting with Mysticism with this record. And then the Pilgrim Vokrii Mysticism patch actually patches them all together. Super nice and neat. Hey Fumo, good, how are you? So here, again, we have the Mysticism Vokrii compatibility patch. As long as I see it's just Mysticism and or Vokrii here with the patch winning, then we are chilling. We don't have to worry about anything else. Okay. Scrolls. Again, Mysticism. The Vokrii patch is winning. We're good there. Perks. Good there. Object effects. We're good there. Magic effects. Again, we are good to go. Mysticism, magic. It's going to be losing, but only to the Vokrii patch, so I don't think I have to really worry about that. All right. I think all of this is honestly fine. Sacrilege. beats the unofficial patch, so we're good there. Beats Dawnguard in the unofficial patch. Beats Dawnguard in the unofficial patch. It's not really, it doesn't really have any conflicts. No conflicts. Everything's just plug and play. I really didn't have to do a whole lot here. Alternate perspective beats the unofficial patch as it should. Now this one's interesting. The alternate perspective mod, it adds juniper berries. Or it tweaks the juniper berries, but they don't have a food effect. So I'm actually going to do alternate perspective survival mode patch. Because see, survival mode adds just this effect here, which is just restoring a little bit of hunger. So I will add that. And then make sure that alternate perspective is the master to that. There we go. Eyes Nouveau. It's fine. All right. Honestly, I think that's pretty good for patching. I'm sure there's other things that I could find in here, but let me see particle patch. That's fine. All right. Now I got all my patches here. I'm gonna send them upwards. This will go here. All right. Now, I got a few outputs here. Actually, was here music special interface backup. I don't need any of that. Shader, cache, SKSE plugins. Okay, so in the MCM settings, move that over. Shader, cache, root. All right. So, why don't we compile this thing now? You're here for that xEdit learning manual? Hell yeah. So, let's compile this thing. Before I do, because I'm always so paranoid, I'm going to make a copy of my lorem compiler settings. Because I get really paranoid every time I make a new list. Okay. So Arthmore has some very silly changes. Yeah. So whenever you compile a list, here's one thing. Whatever your Skyrim is like, other people are going to have the same Skyrim. Meaning, if your Steam installs on 1.6.1170, other people are going to have to be on 1.6.1170. If you have Creation Kit installed, other people are going to have Creation Kit installed. If you have Anniversary Edition installed, other people are going to have Anniversary Edition installed. That's why I have so many different copies of Skyrim here, because I have different types of things depending on what I'm compiling. So I have one for ngvo, which is like, you know, it doesn't require anniversary edition, but it requires creation kit. Lorem requires anniversary edition, but it doesn't require creation kit. All this is just when I download other people's lists. And then I have this one that's just the, it also doesn't require creation kit nor anniversary edition. All right. So let's create a new list. Select target path. Scratch. So we're going to locate the modlist.text, which will be in the profiles. And then it'll just reset all these settings. Modlist name, scratch, selected profile default. If you have your profile named something else, then you can call it something else. Version 1.0. Description, this list is booty cheeks. Okay. I'm not going to go into like GitHub stuff for this, so I'll show you guys just how to make a Wabbajack for you to share via Nexus or Google Drive or whatever. So any mod, like I said, any mod that you want to be in the list, you have to have a meta file for. And you can also ignore things. So I'm going to go to ignore folders. And I'm going to ignore the tools folder. People don't need the tools folder for this. I'm not going to make them download it, install it. So that means that whenever people install this, they'll install it, but they won't get SKSE, right? The other thing is, remember, we created some mods while doing this. And we have to include those. So no match to include. This is inlining. So our xEdit output, our MCM and any settings output, and our Nemesis output will inline all of these. I guess I have to do it individually. The Nemesis output, MCM, any settings output, xEdit output. So everything else should pull from Nexus or from those like with how we had it with Mod Organizer 2. Remember? Mod Organizer 2, we had this meta file that we made earlier on. It had just a direct URL. So that way when people go to download the Wabbajack list, it'll download from that link instead. When you do decide to make it, put it on the UI, then you'll fill out the website and the README. You can technically do these right now, but then like you'll have to have the machine URL. The Wabbajack has a Wikipedia, so it'll go more into depth with that. Include folders and include files. This is like when you have stuff that's disabled, but you want it to also be included in the list. Because otherwise, if a mod is disabled in Mod Organizer 2, when you go to compile it, it's not going to include it for other people. So this is commonly used when like you have separate profiles and like the mods on the other profiles are disabled. You want to include those mods. And like I said, ignore is just things you don't want to get included at all. What else? Oh, and also always enabled mods. That's another thing. Always, actually, I got that backwards. Always enabled mods is when you have something that's disabled. Include trying to remember when you would use include. I think include, yeah, include is the same as inlining. Pretty sure. Anyway, when you get onto the Wabbajack UI, you would hit publish update whenever you update your list. Anyway, let's give it. Oh, and then we want to have an output location. I'll do scratch Wabbajack file. This will just be where it outputs the actual Wabbajack file. Let's give it a go. A lot of times the initial compilation fails. We'll see if this one does. It's a pretty light list. I would actually be kind of surprised if it failed. Actually, I wouldn't be, just because of the plugins. A lot of times Mod Organizer 2 plugins like to get messed up. Anyway, while this does its thing, the takeaway from this stream, I think, is don't just add mods for the sake of adding mods. You know, think about what you need to accomplish for your list. And get the base, get the foundation down first, you know. Get your tool set up, add your engine fixes, add your display tweaks, SKSE, stuff like that, unofficial patches. And then start getting into the game and like noticing stuff and being like, oh, well, I want to change the mountain textures, or I want to change the flower textures, or I want to change the landscape textures, you know? Don't just be like, all right, well, I need a mod for this, I need a mod for that, I need a mod for that. Instead, like, figure out what you need. Figure out what you need while playing the list. Don't just add stuff for the sake of adding stuff. The thumbnail. All right, let's see if this works. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Compilation complete. Meaning that people can now get this. I'll share it on the Discord. Look at that. Hey, Ire, thank you for the membership. So, there, if you want to mess around with this. It's right there for you. 141 mods. It's got some outputs, got 82 plugins. It's a light list, has, you know, minimalist add-ons, stuff like that. So I did it. In one stream, I made a list. Not a very big list, but it is a functional list. And it's a Wabbajack list. Now you guys can see how MCO Go happened. It was just like one night bored. Does Wabbajack know if you modified files? Or do you need to inline that? Okay. Don't inline anything you don't have permission for. So if it's an open perms mod, you can inline it. But if you modified something, don't just inline it willy-nilly. So here's what Wabbajack knows how to do. Wabbajack usually knows either if you've renamed a mod or a file, or you've changed the contents of the file, but not both. Meaning, you can take like a texture mod and say it's dirt01, you can rename it to dirt02. And then Wabbajack will know what you did. Or, alternatively, you can go to dirt01 and like, you know, recolor it or something using a tool. Or even like go into a plugin and like mess around with the plugin and change stuff. But you can't like go into a plugin, change the contents of the plugin, and then also rename the plugin. Wabbajack won't know what you're doing at that point. So Wabbajack can copy your changes if you do one or the other, but not both. So Anyway, hopefully this stream / long ass guide will help people out in their future Modlist endeavors. I know a lot of this is kind of technical. A lot of it is probably boring for some folks, but tomorrow we'll be back with more gameplay streaming. But a lot of people were asking for this sort of thing, so hey, those that it helps, hopefully it'll be a useful tool for people. I hope I can help people more thumbnails of wacky characters. Yeah, Ganja, the thumbnail is hilarious. Appreciate that. Anyway, you've been thinking about publishing an end roll list? Hey, I know a lot of people like an end roll list. There's not a whole lot of them out there. There's like 2, I think, that I know of. Anyway, y'all. Much appreciated. Happy Friday tomorrow. TGIF. You work. Have a good last day of the work week. Not enjoy your weekend. And I will catch you guys next time. Yeah, it's available as a video automatically after the stream's over. You can rewatch it. And it's under the tutorials playlist as well. So you can find it that way. All right, y'all.